Part 1. I'm at my best friend's house. Him and his sister have been super awesome to me. Their doorbell rang about 5 minutes ago. It was her. His sister beached her out. I wanted to go yell at her, but I started drinking Fireball instead. It's going to be a long couple weeks until school gets out. Throwaway, my girlfriend and roommate Reddit. My last class of the day was cancelled, so I decided to come home and surprise my girlfriend. I went to the store and grabbed everything to make her favorite meal, lasagna. I was carrying the bags up the stairs and put them down in front of the door to fish my keys out of my pocket, and then I heard my girlfriend moaning. I thought that she was taking care of herself because I know that she likes to do that sometimes when I'm not around, so I didn't have a sudden aha moment or anything. I walked in and there were her and my roommate on the couch. I opened the door and kind of just froze when I saw it. She looked up at me and he turned around and saw it was me, and I just saw red. As much as I wanted to, I didn't kick his ass. I just dropped the bags and walked away. As I was getting into my car, they both came running out and yelling at me to stop, but I just floored it and got out of there as quickly as I could. I called my best friend and talked to him about it. He offered to come kick his ass. I told him no. I didn't want him to get in trouble from it. I even had the engagement ring that I planned to use to propose to her this summer when we went on vacation. It's in my safe that I keep in the closet, so I know that she doesn't know about it. But I plan to spend the rest of my life with her. Why didn't I see this coming? My last class was supposed to start at 12, but since it was cancelled, I was home by 12:30. So it's been 4+ hours. My phone has been blowing up from both of them. I haven't looked at any of the messages or answered any of the calls. I called my bank and made sure that she wasn't on any of my accounts for anything. I'm going to go back later tonight and pack up all of her stuff and drop it off at her place tomorrow. Then I'll probably take a bag of clothes to my friend's house and stay there until school ends, 3 weeks. What do I do next? TL, doctor, found girlfriend having time with my roommate. I left. Already made sure she wasn't on my bank accounts. Had no contact with either of them. Have a place to stay until school ends. Update. First, I want to thank each and every one of you who have given me advice, offered me an ear to rant/yell to, or offered me a shoulder to cry on. After my first edit, many of you messaged me and asked me not to drink / that I was better than that / that this wasn't the thing to do. I sincerely appreciate that. My friend and his sister took me out to dinner to try to get my mind off of everything. At first, I wasn't really up to going, but I figured that it would be better to try to focus my mind on something different. My friends called up a couple of my other friends, and the 6 of us went out to dinner. At first, I wasn't really into it. I was kind of down, but my friends did anything and everything that they could to cheer me up. I can honestly say that I love my friends and everything that they've done for me. My best friend's sister, Emily, went through all the messages on my phone from the both of them and deleted anything that didn't need to be on there. She texted both of them from my phone telling them that it was her that was texting, and told her that a friend would be by at a certain time to pick up my stuff tomorrow, and she told him that I would be by tomorrow to grab some things and that I was going to try to get out of the lease by talking to my landlord. I want you all to know that I've read through each and every one of these comments, and that I've read through every message that's been sent to me on here. I plan on replying to a couple tonight or tomorrow. I'm really tired, but wanted to let you all know how much you've helped me. Finally, to the people that have been in the same position as I'm currently in, or to those that have been in a situation even relatively similar, I have a couple things. First, none of what your ex did says anything about you. It tells what kind of person they are. Your reactions tell the kind of person that you are. Secondly, all of you are much stronger than you realize. Many of you have given me such amazing advice, and you know exactly where I'm coming from. Talking about it isn't always the easiest, and many of you did to try to help an internet stranger, so thank you. Finally, many of you have much greater things to look forward to. Like one of old teachers said, it's like moving on to the next book in the sequence. Yeah, you may have to wait a little bit for the author to release it, but it's worth the wait. Also, to the kind individual that gave me gold, thank you. I plan on donating $5 tomorrow to a charity because of you. For anybody else that would like to, pick your favorite charity and donate, or just do something nice for somebody else. It can have a huge impact on their life. Edit. I'm at my best friend's house. Him and his sister have been super awesome to me. Their doorbell rang. Comment 1. I'm struck by the number of guys in their 20s who've been dating sheltered, naive girls since their mid to early teens who've never experienced any abundance of what life has to offer, who have only been with the one dude ever. Some of them talk about how they were about to buy a ring, or already had it, etc. Then the girls step out, after 7 years. 8 years. 9 years. And they're immediately kicked to the curb by these guys who proceed to talk about how the last few years clearly meant nothing to them, like the girls just murdered their parents. The sentiment that we didn't exchange a single word about it, this mistake is completely unforgivable above all other things, is virtually universal. I've cheated. I lost a girl. In fairness to my situation, I deserved to lose her, or rather she deserved better than me from the start. I've also been cheated on subsequently. I know it hurts. But I had at least a dozen different people whom I trusted very much tell me that they could understand why, and that it had nothing to do with me. The girl who cheated on me was young, sheltered, and hadn't experienced a lot of life before meeting me. She wanted to try something different. Maybe she didn't go about it in the best way, but it seemed like her sentiment was readily understood by a number of women on both sides of the fence as to whether or not it was forgivable. I got over it. I'm still a dick, but I moved on. My advice would be to get over yourself, in the sense of you'll be a lot happier if you don't immediately assume every unwritten rule ever broken in interaction with you was done specifically to make you feel less than human. Comment 2. Hey man, I just wanted to say that I have been through this as well and that you're gonna be better in the end. To elaborate, right now I am sure you are broken, confused and lost. But in the end you are going to come out stronger. Much stronger. Trust is a funny thing. To truly trust someone you must make yourself vulnerable. Vulnerable to every shitty thing possible. When you completely trust so it is like letting go of fear. Letting go of anxiety that doing this thing, trusting, could actually go wrong. Letting go of stress, and letting love and trust replace it. This is why it is so painful for one to take advantage of that. To take advantage of the one thing that was hardest to do, letting go of the fear and anxiety that come with trusting someone. It's the ultimate turnaround, the ultimate slap in the face. Just when you think that you have trust, and with trust, the freedom from anxiety and stress, she replaces it with pain and regret. This is the part where you become strong while she becomes sucked into darkness. When you fall asleep at night, do me one favor, think hard about how this happened. It is not your fault for trusting, and loving. It is her fault for taking advantage of your kindness, trust, and love. I know this thought doesn't seem that bright now, but find solidarity in it. It is the truth. Her actions will only haunt you as long as you let them. While her actions will affect her for the rest of her life. She will have to fall asleep knowing what she has done. She will have to fall asleep without the solidarity that it was her so that ducked up, because it was her. While you may feel regret, she will feel guilt. And guilt will eat her alive. In conclusion, this comes from a Redditor that has been cheated on. My best and pretty much only friend was ducking my GF of a year, that I had given a place to live when everyone she knew dropped her. Even worse, my only 2 other friends, the crew if you will, knew. They decided not to tell me for over a month. Each of them hanging out in my house. Eating my food. Smoking my weed. Laughing at my jokes. When I found all of this out, I was broken, and alone. No friends, no girlfriend. Just me. But here I am. Wiser. More mature. Accepting of the fact that it was her personal issues that led her actions. Accepting that not everyone who acts like your friend really gives a single duck about you at all. It's cold, it's hard, but it's truth. If I had any other words for you, it is that not all people are so messed up in the head. You will find a girl who truly loves you and wouldn't think of doing such an awful thing. You are better off, my friend. You will get over this, for time heals all wounds. Do not let the actions of one crazy or manipulative bitch affect who you are for the rest of your life, much less the rest of this week. Just shoot me a message if you want to talk. Comment 3. Don't listen to the "you're better than that" / just walk away rubbish. Nothing feels better than revenge, not even time, trust me. So here's what you do. You tell her that you'll forgive her only if she agrees to being subjected to the same thing that you were. So basically, what you do is find a girl who wants to have time with you, preferably a girl who your girlfriend knows. Bonus points if she's her friend, and bring her back to your house one night. Plant a secret video recorder in your bedroom and record the time. Have the craziest, raunchiest, most passionate time you've ever had, 5 times in a row. Have the girl moaning for hours. Force your girlfriend to watch the whole video, start to finish, in front of you. After the video is done, say, "Oops, I lied about forgiving you. Now duck off and never contact me again." Comment 4. Biggest advice: don't, and whatever you don't, relapse. Whenever you think about calling, texting, or any sort of social media, don't. Analogy: if a creepy dude asked you to come into an alleyway, would you? Reasonable answer: no. Well, every time you think about contacting her or any of the sort, imagine that when you want to, it's like the creepy dude in the alleyway. Say no. Best of luck. I went through something similar. It's a long road, but the sunny side is relieving. Comment 5. Sounds like you have some great friends. It's gonna be rough, as I'm sure you already know, but you'll be alright. Smile. You've already handled the situation in a great way. Moving forward, you just need to make sure you don't devolve back to your primal instincts and snap from the rush of emotions. Also, I hope you make that lasagna anyways. Share it with your friends. Soon your ex will realize what she lost. Liking someone enough to make lasagna for them is some serious stuff. Thanks you for watching. Everyday new movies. See you soon.